Dr. Dhananjay Datar. The 5 principles of success: perseverance, hard work, integrity, etiquette, and patience. Masalaking Dr. Dhananjay Datar is CMD of Al Adil Trading LLC, Dubai, UAE. He is a self-made entrepreneur who has carved a unique niche in the retail sector. He was raised in rural India in poverty, which taught him self-reliance, frugality, and hard work. He started his business career in 1984 as an intern in a small grocery shop established by his father Mahadev Datar in Dubai. With honesty, hard work, and determination, he carved the world-famous business group Al Adil out of a tiny shop. The rulers of UAE felicitated Dr. Dhananjay Datar with a prestigious award and the title Masalaking in 2001 for his invaluable contribution to the business sector. He has been honored with various national and international awards. Forbes magazine has consistently ranked him among top 100 Indian business leaders in the Middle East. Apart from business, Dr. Dhananjay, also with his wife Vandana and sons Rishikesh and Rohit, has contributed immensely to philanthropic activities and supported social welfare projects. He is also active in entrepreneurship development and promotion of Indian culture. Hello friends, I am delighted to introduce this book, Masalaking, A Journey of Memoirs. My book is being published in English for the first time. This book is not a complete autobiography, rather a journey of many deeply cherished recollections of my life. I have strived to compile these memories into a book for more than a year, as and when I got some leisure time from my daily busy professional schedule. The unexpected COVID-19 pandemic and other challenges prolonged the work for many months. I am satisfied that it is complete now. Let me candidly confess that I am not an experienced or skilled author, and I know this well. Still, I have decided to take up this challenge mainly for 2 reasons. I have been sharing the experiences and the lessons I have learned from my personal and business life on my Facebook page for the past 4 years. Until then, I had never shared my entire past with anyone. My wife was unaware of my childhood memories, and my children had no idea of my past hardships, humiliations, and agonies. But it so happened that I got some awards for my business growth. Then media people interviewed me in depth, and for the first time I had to describe my entire entrepreneurial journey. When my children read the articles, they were taken aback and exclaimed, "Baba, why have you not mentioned your past to us? Your journey is really inspiring. You should definitely write it down chronologically." Thus, I chose a social media platform and started writing the memories. But instead of writing chronologically, I wrote them spontaneously in separate parts and adopted the format of simple storytelling. The series got a stupendous response from the readers, far more than I had expected. Many of them, in their comments, insisted on compiling all parts collectively into a single book. I felt it necessary to reciprocate humbly to their suggestions. The second reason I will elaborate on a bit extensively. In the past, I had undergone myriad incidences of insults, underestimation, and negligence. Even today, if someone challenges me with derisive words such as, "You won't be able to acquire this skill," my blood starts boiling. In the past, when I was a novice and an intern in the business, I had to swallow the same bitter pill frequently. Some of the established traders and professionals used to taunt me time and again with remarks like, "Business is not your cup of tea. Better find a suitable job." Some egoistic persons, using even more harsh words, would tell me, "Your Marathi community is only suitable for serving others, so never dream of owning a business." Those bitter and burning experiences over a period of time turned me into a fearless daredevil and a challenger. I began taking up every challenge aggressively, and in time, my inferiority complex disappeared. Let me narrate an incident from my early school life. I took my primary education in Shirkhed, a small village in Amravati district of Maharashtra. I shifted to Mumbai for my secondary education. There, the metropolitan school was far more sophisticated than my previous village school. My fellow students, having a suburban and middle-class background, would speak in chaste urban Marathi language. Since I was a village boy, my language was not as pure and polished as theirs. My coarse accent and rural style became a subject of mockery for them, and they began teasing me. It made me so nervous that I preferred to remain silent and tongue-tied. This diffidence and lack of confidence continued and became habitual in later age, so much so that even after becoming a successful businessman, I was not able to speak fluently for more than 2 minutes. Once I was invited for a community gathering in Dubai, and there the event organizer unexpectedly asked me to deliver a public speech, to which my reply was negative. My denial bewildered him very much. Finally, I agreed upon only introducing myself in a few words. When I stood up for the speech, I initially started in a faltering tone. But in due course, my mind ignited and automatically adjusted to the situation. I started by using simple sentences, but a couple of minutes later, my words began to flow freely. The applause by the audience boosted my confidence, and the stage fright also vanished at that time. I realized then that simplicity, uprightness, and a storytelling format are sufficient for any speech or writing to start with. I again encountered the same dilemma when the thought of writing this book first occurred to me. But this time, the challenge setter and critique was none other than my own mind. It was constantly asking me, "Are you capable of writing a book? You have never tried it before." Yes, it was a valid question. Throughout my school life, I was an average student, not even capable of writing an essay. How could I write a complete book without a flair for writing? At last, I decided to overpower my skeptical mind and applied the old but accurate do-it-yourself and keep it simple formula. First, I collected all parts of the series and arranged them chronologically. Then, I added new chapters and references to make it a complete book. The process of remembering, writing, correcting, rewriting was boring and cumbersome. But at last, I could manage it. Now it is up to the readers to decide how well this recipe has been accomplished. Please excuse me if you find some memories and references intermixed or repeated anywhere. The title of the book, Masalaking, was not chosen from a boastful or self-satisfying point of view. After finishing the writing, the next question before me was, what would be the appropriate title? I imagined something like From Salesman to Businessman or The Journey of a Shopkeeper. But on second thought, they didn't appeal to me. One fine day, this pestering problem also got solved, and the words Masalaking brightly lit up my mind as an answer. I have never chased name, fame, and awards, instead concentrating on running my business uprightly and sincerely. I never expected any recognition for it, but there always is a prize for honesty. I got my first award in the year 2001. I was honored at the hands of H. Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, one of the chief rulers from the royal family of UAE. For the first time in my life, I was daring to stand before the ruler of the country where I was running my business. My hands were shaking at the time of receiving the award, and I stood motionless in front of the chief guest. The moment I shook hands with him, to my surprise, H. Sheikh Sahib patted me on the back and admired our Al-Adil group and its spices smilingly. I have never forgotten his applauding words. "Mr. Datar, Your Peacock brand spices have captured such a prominent position in our royal kitchen that our cooks do not touch other brands of spices anymore. I am only a king, but you are really Dubai's Masala King. I stood stunned as that was the highest accolade in my life, and that too by none other but a king. 38 years back in this city, I had started my business career from sweeping and cleaning the floor of our tiny grocery shop, and now destiny had conferred the title of Masala King on me. What more fortunate moment than this would come in a shopkeeper's life? For me, it was a moment of fulfillment. That is why I have titled the book as Masala King. Nowadays, I am active in entrepreneurial development. Whenever any institution interested in social welfare invites me to deliver a lecture on this topic, I go there at my personal expense and appeal to the youth to enter into business. I narrate my life story to them, not for gaining publicity, but to encourage them. When I see the dream of prosperity in their eyes, it resembles my own reflection. I feel honestly that if Dhananjay Datar, an average and poor youth, could create a global group from a tiny shop, why not others? I wish to empower them with some important business tips. I am sure they will be benefited immensely once they finish reading this book. My life journey has not traveled in a linear direction. It has many surprising curves similar to a movie story. It always amuses me and gives rise to many queries in my mind. How was the seed of entrepreneurship unexpectedly sown in a working-class family having no background of business? How and why did I become an accidental entrepreneur when actually my inclination was towards job hunting? Why did destiny shower a fortune on me when I was on the verge of ruin? How did I weave a chain of 50 superstores from a single grocery shop? Why did business play the role of a staunch teacher in my life, testing my endurance and then bestowing such virtues and business skills I never expected to acquire on my own? I don't have the answers for these coincidences. In this book, I deliberately avoided writing about such persons who created hurdles in my progress, humiliated me for no reason, and expressed their vicious attitude. Banking on my parents' tutelage, I always chose the track of honesty in my life and never competed with anyone. Still, some people tried their nasty stratagems to overpower me. Instead of writing something negative, I preferred to remember those people who wholeheartedly encouraged me, inspired me, and made my life meaningful. I have expressed my emotions about my parents and family members in a separate chapter. I owe them a lot. They have always remained my true supporters and critics, contributed a lot to my progress, and shared the smiles and sorrows of my life. I have an intense emotional attachment with my family, and I candidly admit it. My wife, Vandana, is the first ardent reader of my writing who simultaneously played the role of an editor. She not only checked and corrected the references painstakingly, but also gave a fine touch with suggesting appropriate quotes and maxims. Let me express my gratitude to my friends Mrs. Uttara Mone and Mr. Yogesh Prabhune, who heartily helped me with the entire process of publishing. Thanks everyone, including you, dear readers, who have accompanied me in this wonderful journey. Dr. Dhananjay Datar. Chapter 1. Take me there. I wanna go there. Sunday, 26 February 1984. The day I first left for Dubai by an Air India jet named Ganga. Even after 38 years, I vividly remember the moment I boarded the flight. As the plane took off, I settled in my seat with a relaxed and a tranquil mind. Finally, My long cherished dream was coming true. I had been dreaming of this departure almost every night for the past 5 years. As my turbulent mind calmed down, it began weaving more and more imaginative scenarios during the 3 hour journey from Mumbai to Dubai. My father had already left for Dubai some 10 years ago in search of a smart paying job. To go abroad was not his dream but a compulsive adjustment with the situation. He, after retiring from the Indian Air Force, realized that his meager pension would no longer be sufficient to feed a family of 4 members. Therefore, he was in search of any job that would provide him handsome pay to maintain at least a middle-class lifestyle. Attraction to foreign land was not his motive. The decade of 1970-80 witnessed a huge demand for skilled manpower in Gulf countries from Asian countries, especially India. My father went to Dubai because the United Arab Emirates (UAE) was the first country to give him a call. He was so desperate that had he got the same call from any other Gulf countries, he would have surely grabbed the opportunity. But since Dubai provided him his desired job, it eventually became his workplace. But unlike my father, Dubai was the sole dreamland for me, and I had decided it right from my college days. Of course, there was no mature thought behind it, rather a childish whim. I just wanted to acquire instant prosperity. I was under the false impression that anyone who migrates to Dubai becomes rich immediately. I was obsessed with Dubai, and that was why I had acquired the passport hastily at the age of 16. But my rose-tinted imagination got shattered once I reached Dubai. In fact, that land tested my mettle to the breaking point, but also opened the doors of fortune with equal generosity. And there started a story, my story.